Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I feel like I haven't been on this channel in forever because I've been working on my main channel, my psychology channel, and I've also been, working on Patreon or getting my Patreon ready to be launched. So yeah, I haven't been on here in a while, but I wanted to do a reading on the Great Conjunction. I'm sure that a lot of you have heard of it, a very important astrological event. And if you don't know what the Great Conjunction is, I will leave a article in the description box down below so you can read up on it. But just to briefly summarize what the article says, once every 20 years, the two largest planets in our solar system, Jupiter and Saturn, appear to meet in Earth's skies. The Great Conjunction happens next on December 21st, 2020, but this time Jupiter and Saturn will be closer than they've been in nearly 400 years. December 21st also happens to be the night of the winter solstice. So yeah, like I said, very important, significant event taking place. A lot of astrologers are giving their takes on what they expect to happen from December 21st forward. But then also in the spiritual community, a lot of psychics, intuitives and things like that have been giving their insight onto, what they feel. And then also, there's this ongoing joke on Twitter that, people are going to get superpowers on this day. So yeah, it's like a big deal. Like everybody's pretty much talking about it. So yeah, I'm just going to give you my intuitive insights into what this day or this energy could bring, and I actually already did a reading of this on Twitter, but I wanted to go more in detail in video. So just to briefly summarize the reading that I did on Twitter, basically what I was picking up is that a lot of people are going to be getting these, I guess what you would call them is spiritual upgrades, where people will be able to tap into whatever psychic or intuitive abilities they have more easily. And what a lot of people will be doing with that ability is using it to manifest a lot of financial abundance in their life. So even though it's like a spiritual upgrade, you're going to see it play out in the physical because everyone is going to be using it to physically manifest things. You see what I'm saying? So the way I described it on Twitter is that it's kind of like people are going to be creating business plans in the higher realms, and then they're going to be getting that information through their crown chakra, and then basically, actually playing out that plan, or not playing out, but oh my God, when I'm channeling, words always leave me. Basically, acting on those plans, I guess you could say. So after December 21st, you can expect to see a lot of people suddenly starting businesses and being successful at it, because the ideas that they're getting it from the higher realms. They're getting them intuitively and psychically. So yeah, that's how a lot of musicians and artists create their art. They actually channel their music and their art from the higher realms, and that's why you see masterpieces being created here. So it's kind of like that. A lot of people are going to be creating masterpieces pretty much, but in the form of things that can make them financially successful. You're going to see a lot of people have just a lot of abundance after December 21st. Also, what I was getting to is that a lot of people are going to feel the desire to get more educated about certain things. If they have a skill, I see a lot of people basically trying to master their skill. The desire for knowledge is what I was hearing, especially if they are going to be starting some sort of business. I see a lot of people basically upgrading their skills to go along with their business. For example, if they want to start a YouTube channel, they might take a course on how to edit, or they might take a course on how to edit a thumbnail, their thumbnails. If they are going to start an Instagram, they might take a course or learn how to edit their pictures better. Things like that. They might take up photography. So things like that. If you hear me pause, I'm just sipping water throughout this reading. Every time I do these readings, my throat chakra starts acting a fool. So yeah, that's what I was seeing, and that's what I was saying on Twitter. And I was also seeing that a lot of people's crown chakra was going to be activated the most, and so a lot of people were going to feel a lot of tingling on their heads, and that is a sign of them getting intuitive downloads. And this is going to be happening to a lot of people that they don't even realize that it's happening to them, but it's still going to be playing out. So just kind of pay attention. So yeah, let me go ahead and get into the actual cards that I pulled now, and let's see the additional messages that come out, and this will be messages for your personal life, but then also for the collective as well. So the first two cards that came out are the Mars card in reverse and the Aquarius card. So what I'm getting from these two cards immediately is that people are no longer going to have the desire to take action towards things that are driven by ego. So there's a lot of people who like they're going to give up their desire for like fame. Anything that is rooted in I want this for an egotistical reason, I see a lot of people abandoning those things, and now they're only wanting to put energy into things that their soul calls them to do, especially those people who feel like they have a purpose of doing like humanitarian work, doing work for like the collective, like for the greater good, helping to heal people, helping to spread knowledge and wisdom. I see that those people are now going to be taking more action towards those things. It's just like a lot of things that the collective praises that is rooted in ego, I see those things no longer being a big deal. So celebrity culture, for example, like paying very close attention to celebrities and putting them up on a pedestal, I see that slowly but surely coming to a close, because that in itself is very much rooted in ego. And I can do a whole separate video on that because I've been channeling messages about that for a while. But yeah, I see celebrity culture kind of coming to, it's kind of like slowing down. People are like praising celebrities far less, taking them off those pedestals. And I feel like the people that are now going to be praised a bit, or the new celebrities, are going to be people who are like the humanitarians, the people who are like fighting for justice and things of that sort. Like those types of people are going to be put more up on a pedestal than like celebrities that used to be put up on a pedestal in the past. So yeah, on a personal level, I really see people just not wanting to take any action unless their soul is like, this is what I'm called here to do, you know? So you're going to see a lot of people suddenly start teaching, start preaching is what I'm hearing. Like I'm literally hearing preaching. It's just like suddenly so many teachers are going to just kind of pop up, and majority of them are legit, and their soul is calling them to speak up and teach something and spread knowledge. Some of them are not legit though. Like some of them are fraudulent. Can't even lie. That's what I'm seeing. So, you know, you're gonna have to use your discernment to figure out who's the real and who's the fake, you know. Trying to see if I'm getting anything else from those two cards. Yeah, I'm seeing the solar plexus in this card as well. So again, that talks about creativity. Yeah, wow, that's crazy. In the card, literally, the solar plexus is here and the crown. So, like I said before, creativity or creating things after your psychic abilities heightening and you getting these intuitive downloads. Like literally, you'll just wake up one day with this brilliant idea. And you're just like, where'd that come from? And suddenly it's like that idea comes to you and it's so clear. Like maybe you've gotten ideas before in the past, like from your intuition, but it's so clear now is what I'm hearing. It's so clear, crystal clear, like this is what you need to do. This is where like it gives you a step, like your intuition is telling you step by step, this is exactly what you need to do. Before it was like you would get an idea and you would kind of be like, oh, I don't really know how to execute this. Like, I don't really know how to even go about doing this. So you would kind of like, you know, just say whatever to that idea and let it go. But now it's like these ideas are coming and they're coming in a way that is so specific and it's giving you specific details that it's kind of hard for you to ignore it. So that's why a lot of people are going to be like, you know, starting businesses and things of that sort. Hold on. Let me sip water real quick. Yeah, my throat chakra is already acting up. This happens every single reading. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. And then the next two cards that came out are the fragmentation card and then the mourning card. So I'm seeing here that there's like this desire for a lot of people to start on their mission is what I'm hearing. Like if they have a specific mission, their soul is calling them to do something, they're being pushed to go ahead and do it. It's like people who may have been like kind of like just drifting through life, suddenly they feel called to get up and do what it is that they need to do. It just feels more urgent all of a sudden. I feel like with the fragmentation card coming out, I feel like it's saying that a lot of people have been in a state of depression because they're not in their purpose. And I'm not trying to say like, oh, depression isn't real, they just need to get up and step into their purpose. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there are select people who they've been wondering why they feel drained, why they feel down, why they feel depressed, why they don't feel whole. And it's because they have not been walking in their purpose. They have a specific purpose. Their soul wants them to complete something specific. And I feel like they're being called towards that. So a lot of people are going to start feeling more whole because they are in their purpose. Life is going to start to feel more, what's the word for it? Life is just going to start to feel more fulfilling for a lot of people is what I'm seeing here. especially people who have, because fragmentation also talks about trauma. So especially people who've experienced like some sort of trauma in the past, and now they have a certain purpose. I see a lot of them stepping into their purpose or stepping onto their mission. But on a collective level, I am seeing that, you know, as a collective, we also have been hurt, because things that happen on a personal level also can happen on a collective level. So we can be traumatized as an individual, and then we can be traumatized as like a collective, like a group of people who've gone through a specific trauma. And whatever group of people that is that have shared like a trauma, or like that has continuously been traumatized, I see them also kind of like waking up and stepping in their power as well. Okay, let's move on to the next cards. Oh, there's something about this Mars card that keeps calling to me as well. I'm going to come back to that, though, because I keep hearing, like, there's a message trying to come through, but it's hard. It's hard for me to hear it, but I'll come back to that. So I hope this reading is making sense so far. So the next cards that I'm seeing, Eight of Swords, message card, and then the Gryffindor card is here. I mean, the Griffin, oh my God, too much Harry Potter. The Griffin card is here. So what I'm seeing here is that with the Eight of Swords being here, I feel like a lot of people have been in a state of feeling stuck or feeling like they don't know which direction to go in. And I see a shift taking place on December 21st where people are going to now have a very clear path. It's so crazy what I'm seeing. Like, I literally am just seeing people's psychic abilities heightening. Like, some people are going to get clairaudience where they can actually hear things like intuitively and psychically, and it's just going to scare the hell out of some people. Like, I'm seeing that very clearly. I hope I'm not one of them. I have no desire for clairaudience, have no desire for it whatsoever. But yeah, I see some people getting clairaudience, so they're getting clear intuitive messages that they really can't ignore because they can hear it. And I see, and also, wow, this is crazy. I also see that some people are actually seeing these heightened abilities as a burden. And that's because they haven't been like preparing for it. Like, they haven't been fully preparing for it. Like, there's people who have already kind of been on their spiritual path, and they already kind of know like the ins and outs of like these spiritual upgrades and psychic abilities, intuitive ability. Like, they already know the ins and outs of it. But for the people who don't, and the people who do get these kind of like upgrades, I feel like the energy is a little bit overwhelming. And if you're someone who's had your spiritual awakening, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, when you first have your awakening, it's overwhelming. It's confusing. It seems like a burden more than it feels like a blessing. I'm kind of seeing that for people on a personal and a collective level. I'm also seeing on a collective level that there's things that goes on behind the scene that a lot of people were not aware of. Things that people would say are conspiracy theories, quote unquote. And a lot more people are going to be waking up to the fact that a lot of these conspiracy theories, quote unquote, are not fake. They're not made up. They're not fraudulent. They're actually quite accurate. And that's going to throw a lot of people for a loop. Like, a lot of people is what I'm seeing here. I'm gonna pull one more card for that. I want to clarify that. Okay, so I pulled some more cards. I was trying to get more information on that conspiracy theory message, but that's all I was getting, is that a lot of people who once thought that conspiracy theories were like fake or like completely like nothing to worry about, I see events happening in the world where people are going to have to pay attention. They're going to have to be concerned. It's like being put in their face now, is what I'm seeing. They have no choice but to be concerned. And a lot of people are going to be so moved by the information that comes out that it's going to push them onto their path of having to, fulfill whatever soul purpose or soul mission that they have. And that's what I'm seeing here. Yeah, there's like no time to be afraid is what I'm hearing. A lot of people are just going to really adopt or adapt like this courage is what I'm hearing. Because I just see events taking place that are so like sinister, like things being revealed that are so sinister that people suddenly, it's like they're on go, like they're ready, pretty much. You know, like when your life is in danger or if your life is in jeopardy and then suddenly you get like this like kind of warrior spirit, like you're ready to fight. It's like that sort of thing that I feel is awakening in a lot of people. And that's just like a metaphor. I'm not saying that there's going to be actual war or fight. I mean, hey, there might be. That's not exactly what I'm seeing here, though. It's just more of like people are just ready to go up against anything that's evil or anything that's disruptive that's going on in the world. It's like people are like armoring up and ready to go against it. I do see a lot of that. There are a lot of people that are afraid, though. I do see that with Mars being here in the reverse. I'm hearing cowards. There's going to be select people who are afraid when certain things get exposed. And naturally, when people are afraid, what they try to do is downplay what's going on, or they try to put you back to sleep, pretty much. Like if you wake up and they're too afraid to wake up and face what's going on, they'll try to convince you that you're crazy and that there's nothing going on. You see what I'm saying? So that they don't have to fight or they don't have to put themselves out there. I really hope that this is making sense. I see that. I really do see that happening. I'm not sure if this is a specific world event. It might be, because I'm just seeing information come out with a message card being here. And a lot of people, like I said, are ready to suit up or ready to put on like some armor to protect or defend themselves and the collective. And then there are the people who are afraid, genuinely. And they would rather live in La La Land. They don't want to be awakened. They would rather not have that information put in their face. And so they're going to try to convince certain people that they're nuts, or they convince them that it's not really happening. But they're not going to be able to do that because it's going to be too much evidence. Like they're not going to be able to even lie to themselves or fool themselves, is what I'm seeing. Like nothing can be hidden. Nothing can be hidden is what I'm hearing. A lot of spiritual, I'm not going to say spiritual warfare, because I feel like I've been hearing that a lot, and I feel like it like really kind of makes people feel fearful. So I'm not going to say spiritual warfare, but I see a lot of things happening behind the scenes spiritually to try to protect the collective from whatever this quote unquote evil is. Because this Griffin card in reverse, I'm just getting a very wicked vibe from it. Like things going on behind the scenes that are very sinister, that the collective doesn't know about, that citizens or people don't know about. And when it does start to come to the light, I think people are going to realize how much of a spirit of spiritual warfare this actually is, that it's not just about this realm. It's things going on spiritually as well that manifest spiritually first, and then it manifests in this realm. I hope that makes sense. So with the Moon card being here and then the Lover's card being here in the Hand of Fate. Oh, this is a nice message. I am seeing that a lot of people will be meeting their soulmates, which is funny because I saw somebody write something like this on Twitter, but they were saying it as a joke. Like, oh, everyone's going to meet their soulmate on the 21st. But that's actually what I'm seeing here. A lot of people are going to be meeting their soulmates, meeting their life partners, because a lot of people have a certain mission that they're supposed to complete with their life partner, whether that be them and their partner helping the collective in some way. But it doesn't have to be that. A mission with your life partner could also be just both of you breaking generational curses together and, starting a healthy family. So I am seeing a lot of people meeting their life partner in a very strange way after the 21st. Like it's fated and it's like in a weird way. So a lot of people might be meeting them just randomly, like when they don't expect it. Like they go somewhere to get like their tire changed or something, and then they just happen to run into their soulmate. And that's what I'm seeing here. That's very clear. So that's a nice message. That's something that's coming through very positive. And of course, the more generational curses that people break by choosing the right partner and, having like a healthy relationship and giving birth to healthy children and having a healthy environment for them, that affects the collective on a grand scale as well. Because whenever one of us heals, all of us heals, it's like a ripple effect. Or I shouldn't say all of us heal, but whenever one of us heals, it basically causes a ripple effect where that energy is being put out into the universe. So the more people that are healing, the more the frequency of the universe is pretty much rising, is what I'm seeing here. Yeah, also with the Moon card being here, I'm hearing that a lot of people are just not going to be able to hide who they truly are. They're not. They won't be able to hide who they are from other people, and they won't be able to hide who they are from themselves. That's why a lot of people are going to start doing a lot of healing work after December 21st, because they can't even hide from like the toxic shit that's going on inside of them. They can't. If they were in denial about it or they couldn't see it, they'll be seeing it. I feel like they're already starting to see it, but it'll really become obvious after the 21st. And that's a good thing, because then as they do their healing work and as they see themselves clearly, that's when they're able to magnetically pull in their life partner. And if they don't want a life partner, or maybe they don't have one, it could be like pulling in like a certain friend, or certain friendship group, or like a certain job, whatever it is that is for their highest good, that's going to help them fulfill their purpose. I see them pulling that into their life as they start to purge and clear any of that like toxicity that they may have been carrying with them that they didn't originally see, is what I'm seeing. I'm also hearing palm readers. So you might see like a influx of like palm readings. Interesting. You know how there's like tarot readings on YouTube, and then there's like astrology. There's even some like numerology videos. I feel like something about the palm, like there may be like palm readers. There may be like different types of psychics kind of surfacing that you normally don't see, like unconventional. Like you might see people pop up with channels about like dream interpretations. People pop up with channels specifically about how to read palms, like things like that you're not typically seeing right now. Like you're not seeing that are like necessarily popular in the spiritual community right now. I feel like it's going to become more popular because a lot of people are also trying to branch out and be more original. So that means that a lot of people are going to be asking themselves, like, okay, what can I do to stand out in like the spiritual community? Is there any type of like divination that other people don't do that I can do? Like that sort of thing. See? See if there's anything else for that. Yeah, no, I think that's it for that. So the next couple of cards. One second. Okay, so the next couple of cards, we have the Dragon, Judication, Ace of Swords. Oh my God. Okay, this Judication card is coming out again. If you watch my 2020, what is it called? Like what's in store for the rest of 2020, something like that. I mentioned like this weird court case that came up in the reading, and it felt very like sinister. Like there was something really dark about it, and I was like, no, we're moving on. I'm getting that same energy from this card again. I feel like there is some court case that has been swept under the rug, or that has not been like the spotlight hasn't been shined on it, and I feel like it's going to come to the surface in 2021, like after the 21st. I feel like it's going to come more to the surface. Trying to figure out the best way to describe what I'm hearing, because I don't want to tap too much into this energy. I don't like this energy whatsoever. But this is something that's not going away. It tried to be swept under the rug. It's not going away, is what I'm seeing. But what I am seeing also is that even though people are going to be hearing about it more, talking about it more, there's still a lot of mystery surrounding it. So no one knows the full details yet. Oh no, this energy is demonic. I don't know how else to even just like this energy is. I don't even want to say what I'm seeing. I'm just gonna put it this way. The dragon. There's a dragon that's here. So you can kind of put two and two together with that. So we're gonna move on. Oof. No, that energy just made my stomach turn. So we have the Three of Swords, the High Honor card, and we have the Golem card. Okay. So with the High Honor card being here, again, I feel like this is talking about people who are righteous people. Like they have a lot of integrity. They know right from wrong. And so they are going to be stepping in to right the wrongs that have taken place in the past. I'm seeing that very closely, like very clearly. I mean, like people becoming more close-knit, like people starting to understand that human beings, like we're all interconnected, and so what happens to one of us happens to all of us, and so it's our duty to defend each other, stand up for each other, and stick together. I'm just seeing that this is going to bring a lot of unity, like a lot of unity, a lot more empathy, because people are going to start seeing other human beings as themselves, you see? So when they see something happening to another human being, I just see a lot more people being empathetic and saying, like, I feel as though this is happening to me. Even people who weren't originally like that. Maybe there's some people who they could see like some sort of tragic event happening and they say, oh, you know, that's sad, but they don't really do much about it, you know? I feel like now it's going to kind of switch into like they see it happening and suddenly they feel like I have to do something about that because they feel it so deeply, like they feel it as if it's happening to them. So a lot of people's like empathy your consciousness, all of that is like on the rise after the 21st. And a lot of people are going to be, like I said, taking action towards just making the world a better place for other human beings to live. Like, people are just becoming much more group focused and much more group oriented. And they are really understanding that, like I said, when something happens to one of us, something happens to all of us. So as human beings, it's our job to stick together. I'm hearing, okay, you know how there's that, what is it? It's not a saying, is it? It's like a philosophical saying. I think, therefore I am. I don't know if saying is the right word for it. Whatever I'm channeling, I just cannot find my words. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure you've heard that phrase before. I think, therefore I am. And I'm hearing it being switched to we think, therefore we are. Like, people are becoming very, very aware of how interconnected we actually are. And I do feel like that's partially because there's like a rise when it comes to psychic abilities and things of that sort. Whenever you do a reading as a psychic, like these types of readings on YouTube, like general readings, you're tapping into the collective energy. You're tapping into the collective consciousness. You're all interconnected, and we're all interconnected. And so with the rise of like people's psychic abilities heightened, I think people are just going to become more aware of that. Because how could I possibly do a reading that could resonate with so many people if I wasn't connected to so many people? You see what I'm saying? If I wasn't able to tap into the energy of so many people, and I'm able to do that because I'm a human being and we're all interconnected, you see? And I feel like a lot of people are becoming much more aware of that. A lot of people will also be finding their soul tribe, their soul family, and finally finding a place where they belong, where they feel like they belong. And I'm seeing that very, very clearly. So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting time. A very, very interesting time. We'll just see how it plays out. But yeah, I'm really curious to see about this court case situation. Very, very curious. We'll just see. We'll see what happens with that. So I hope that this was, helpful in some way. I would say okay, I was going to give advice on what to do, but let me pull cards first and then give advice quickly just to wrap this up. 1 second. Okay, so now just advice on, what to do leading up to the 21st, and then just personal advice in general surrounding this energy. So I am seeing pack light. So, anything that you have to clear or purge, do so. And that can be emotionally or physically. So if there's like any old clothes that you want to donate, now's a good time to do it. Just anything in your house that's like clutter or junk, now's a good time to kind of get rid of it. And when I say emotional purging, I mean like if there's anything that you're still carrying with you that's like painful, you may want to do some sort of cord cutting surrounding that. And the way that I do my cord cuttings is really simple. I basically write down what it is that I want to release. Well, okay, I take a piece of paper, I fold it in half. On one half, I write my name. On the other half, I write a person or a thing that I want to release. Like you could write anything, like a person's name that you are still like, you're still harboring some sort of like strong feeling for, and you're ready to release them. Or it could be like a habit. It could be a feeling, like wanting to cut ties with the feelings of worthlessness, like things of that sort. So one half of the paper, your name, the other half, like whatever it is you want to break free from. You want to tear the paper in half and then keep the paper with your name, and then the paper with the other thing that you're getting rid of, you want to set it on fire. And I do this in my bathroom. Please be careful, people. Don't burn your house down. I do this in my bathroom. Basically, I set it on fire and I say like a prayer for it to be released. And then I just drop it into the sink with no running water on, of course. But I just drop it into the sink. I let it burn. And then like once it's all ashes, then I turn on the water and let the ashes run down the drain. And I started doing this because I heard, like, my guides told me to do this intuitively. And with this ritual, well, I guess you would call it a ritual. I don't know the right word for it. But with this process, pretty much, you're using all four elements. So you're using fire to actually light the, paper on fire. You're using water because after you're done, you run the water and let the ashes go down the drain. Earth, is the paper, and then, oh gosh, see, when I'm trying to channel, like when I'm channeling and then I'm trying to switch over to start speaking to y'all, like because I'm not channeling what I'm saying right now. It's like I literally can't find my words. Okay, so earth, is the paper. Air, oh, is the smoke that takes place, like the smoke after you set the paper on fire. The fire is the fire, obviously, and then the water is, you turn on the sink to wash the ashes down the drain, and then spirit would be the prayer that you're saying. So you're using all the elements to basically cut ties with whatever this thing is from the past. So you may want to, give that a try, because it helps me. It definitely works for me. I am seeing too that after the 21st, a lot of you may have the urge or the desire to move somewhere, with the Two of Wands being here. And I see that actually being something very good for you. So if you have the sudden urge to move, I mean, of course, be smart about it, like make sure you plan accordingly. But I am seeing here that would be a very good move for you, because I do see you being very prosperous wherever it is you're going, with the King of Wands being here. But first, you have to actually make that leap. And for some of you, it won't even be like physically moving. You're mentally wanting to move. Like you're wanting to kind of almost like change your identity a little bit, or like expand your mind in a little bit, like start something new. And I feel like the 21st is going to give you that boost of energy to go ahead and do that. Trying to see if there's anything else that you can do to prepare. Let me pull one more card. Oh, okay. So the Page of Swords is coming out. So leading up to the 21st, and maybe even a couple days after that, you may want to do some sort of social media cleanse. I'm on one right now, honestly. May want to do some sort of social media cleanse with the Page of Swords being here. Mature Man card is here in the reverse. Yeah, I just feel like social media is going to be a little hectic. I feel like people are trying to adjust to like the wave of energy that's coming in. And so there's a lot of bullshit going on social media. I wouldn't know because I'm not on there right now. But there's a lot of bullshit that's going on. And there's always bullshit going on there. But it's like a little more intense, I feel, because the energy is just out of whack, completely out of whack. But it's going to level out. But until then, if you are like a sensitive person, you're sensitive to certain things online, then you're probably needing to, take a little hiatus from social media, like leading up to the 21st, but then also a couple of days after the 21st. But yeah, going back to what I was saying about moving, that energy, there's like a message that's trying to come through. 1 second, because it's a very strong message that's trying to come through, because I feel like it's specific for like a few of you that are thinking about moving. I feel like it would be a good time to do so, with the King of Wands being here, like taking that leap of faith, going towards whatever it is going to give you peace of mind. So the 21st could be actually a time where you actually make that decision to do so, or you actually do so, is what I'm hearing. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. I really hope that this was helpful. My readings are open. I will leave the link to my readings in the description box if you want to purchase. And for those of you who have already purchased, I appreciate you. And the readings are going out. I have been getting them out. So yeah, I will leave the link to my readings in the description box, and also, be on the lookout for my 2021 readings that I will be doing in the upcoming weeks. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.